Are you feeling the pressure to jump into investing because everyone's talking about it? Hold up, before you dive into the world of investments, let's have a real talk. Sure, investing can be a game changer for your financial future, but let's just not ignore the elephant in the room. Those pushing you to invest might have a hidden agenda, like earning a nice commission or getting an advisory fee of your hard-earned money. In today's video, I'm going to share 3 things that you absolutely must take before you invest. Ignoring these could leave you swimming in a sea of financial regret. If you are new here, my name is Charlene. I'm a chartered financial analyst with 10 years working experience in finance and investing across Asia and Europe. I make videos on investing for beginners, personal finance, and self-development. Financial freedom starts with financial literacy. Subscribe for more videos like this. The first thing you need to do before you want to invest is to get a clear picture of your financial situation by creating a budget. So let's say you got $500 to invest every month, but then bam, your car needs fixing, costing you $300. If you don't have a budget, you might put that $500 into investments without realizing you're short on cash. With a budget though, you can see the big picture. You know you've got $200 left after fixing the car, so you can safely invest that. It's like having a financial safety net. Take some time to track your income and expenses, including things like rent, utilities, groceries, and any debt payments you are making. This will help you understand how much money you have available to invest each month. There are just tons of budgeting templates out there for you to make your life easier. If you are curious about what I use for my monthly budget, you can check out the free download in the description area. Plus, I also prepared a video showing you how to start budgeting from scratch in 3 simple steps. All the links are right there in the description area for you to check later. Before you even think about investing or diving into the stock market, there's another thing super important you need to consider, which is building an emergency fund. Now you might be wondering, what is an emergency fund? Well, it's basically a financial safety net designed to cover unexpected expenses. We're talking about those moments like, oh no, I need to visit a doctor and it's not covered by insurance. Having an emergency fund is like having a financial cushion that protects you from the unexpected. It's crucial to have this in place before you start investing because, let's just face it, life loves to throw curveballs. If you don't have an emergency fund and something goes wrong, you might have to dip into your investment prematurely. And that's not good for a couple of reasons. You might have to sell at a loss, or you could rack up debt if you're forced to use your credit card. Imagine this scenario. You've put all your extra cash into the stock market because you're eager to see it grow. And suddenly you lose your job or a big medical expense pops up. Without an emergency fund, you're stuck. You might have to sell your investments at a bad time, missing out on potential gains or even losing money. Now, how to set up an emergency fund is more simple actually than you might think. First of all, figure out your monthly expense. Start by calculating how much you spend each month on essentials like rent, food, groceries, utilities, and any other must-haves. And secondly, aim for 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Once you know your monthly expenses, multiply that number by 3 to 6. If you have a really stable job, and maybe 3 months. If your income is not that stable and you feel a bit insecure, then 5 or 6 months. This is your target for your emergency fund. And the idea is to have enough to cover 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in case of, well, emergencies. And you need to choose the right savings account as well. Your emergency fund needs to be easily accessible. We call it in finance high liquidity, which means whenever there's an emergency, you can get the money out instead of someone telling you, I'm sorry, Charlene, but you can only get the money out in 2 months. You should look for a high-yield savings account which offers higher interest rates than a regular savings account, meaning your emergency fund will grow a little bit while it sits there. But in my personal view, I would say liquidity here is way more important than interest rate. 4, keep it sacred. Remember, your emergency fund is for emergencies only. Try not to dip into that for non-emergencies. You don't want to use it for a nice restaurant, please. Step number 3 in your financial wellness journey is like tackling the big boss in a video game, paying off high interest rate debt. Before you even think about diving into the exciting world of investing, there's a crucial step you need to take care of: getting rid of any high interest debt. And here we're talking about credit card debts, personal loans, and any other debts that comes with eye-watering interest rates, let's say higher than 6 to 7%. Why did I mention 6 to 7% and why it is super important? Let me ask you a question. How much do you expect to make from the stock market? On average, if you can make 6-7% every year, it's already considered great, trust me. Well, high interest rate debt is like a hole in your pocket. It can seriously eat away at your finances, making it super tough to reach your long-term financial dreams. Think of it this way: if you're paying a ton of interest on debt, any money you could be making out of the stock market will be canceled out. It's like taking one step forward, but 2 steps back. So what is the game plan? The goal here is to really pay back the debt as quickly as you can to free up more cash for investing. If I currently have a lot of debt, and I will first sit down and create a debt repayment plan, I would list out all the debts by interest rate. This one 9%, this one 7%, this one 5% interest rates. And then I will start attacking the highest ones first while maintaining minimum payment on the others. This method is known as the avalanche method, and it's a killer strategy for minimizing the amount of interest you paid in the long run. And secondly, I will also consider debt consolidation. This involves taking out a new loan with a lower interest rate to pay off your other debts. It can simplify your payments and reduce the amount of interest you are dealing with, making it easier to breathe and budget. I will also look for ways to trim my monthly budget. Maybe it's dining out less or stop the subscription that I don't use that often. I will try all means to increase my income as well, whether it's like picking up freelancing job, selling stuff that I no longer need, or getting a part-time job. Or I'll drive Uber. And now that you've tackled those 3 steps, creating a budget, emergency fund, and paying back high interest debt, you think you're ready to start investing. But let's be real. Learning about money management wasn't exactly on the school curriculum, and the internet can be full of scams. It's tricky to know where to start without risking your hard-earned money. No worries though, I've got just the thing to help you out. I make a quick 10-minute video called How to Start Investing for Beginners, a step-by-step guide. It's designed to cut through the confusion and give you the basics of investing in a super straightforward way. Like, subscribe, and click on the screen. I will see you in the next video.